Every single time you flip a switch, charge your phone, turn on a light, or look out over a city illuminated against the night sky, you're stepping inside the mind of a man who lived a century ago. To the world of the 19th century, he was a wizard, a man who held lightning in his bare hands and lit glass bulbs without a single wire. To his corporate rivals, he was an existential threat. To history, he became a tragic paradox, the man who invented the modern world, yet died penniless in a hotel room with only pigeons for company. His name was Nikola Tesla. And to understand how a human mind could reshape civilization, we have to go back to the exact moment his story began, in the middle of a thunderstorm. At midnight, on July 10th, 1856, Nikola Tesla was born during a fierce lightning storm over the village of Smiljan in the Austrian Empire. Midwife Laura claims the midwife wrung her hands in fear, whispering that the child would be a child of darkness. But Tesla's mother, Juka Mandic, held her newborn son and corrected her. No, he will be a child of light. Tesla's childhood was marked by intense genius and profound psychological torment. Following the tragic death of his older brother Dane in a horse riding accident, young Nikola began experiencing strange affliction. Blinding flashes of light accompanied by vivid hallucinations. Tesla didn't just dream. His mind was a 3D CAD rendering studio long before computers existed. He didn't build physical prototypes to test ideas. He constructed entire, complex machines inside his mind. He would run them for weeks in his imagination, disassemble them, check the parts for imaginary wear and tear, and tweak them before laying a single finger on real metal. By 1882, while working in Budapest, Tesla suffered a severe nervous breakdown. His senses became so acute that he claimed he could hear the ticking of a watch 3 rooms away, and the vibration of a passing train felt like physical pain. Yet out of this hypersensitivity came his greatest revelation. While walking through a park at sunset reciting Goethe's Faust, Tesla suddenly froze. He took a stick and drew a diagram in the dirt. In that instant, he saw what no engineer on Earth had been able to comprehend: the rotating magnetic field. Until that moment, electricity ran on direct current, DC, a flat, one-way stream of energy. Tesla realized that if you made the magnetic field rotate, you could use alternating current, AC, an oscillating wave that could travel hundreds of miles without losing its strength. In June 1884, with nothing in his pockets except 4 cents, a book of his own poetry, and a letter of recommendation, 28-year-old Nikola Tesla stepped off a ship in New York City. The letter was addressed to the most famous American alive, Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison's empire was built on direct current. But DC had a fatal flaw. It was weak. It could only deliver power within a 1-mile radius of a generator. To light up a city like New York, Edison would need a massive, noisy power plant on virtually every street corner, connected by copper wires thick as a man's arm. When Tesla presented his elegant alternating current theory, Edison dismissed it outright. "My people live in DC. They like it, and I'll never touch AC." Edison hired Tesla anyway to overhaul his primitive DC dynamos, promising Tesla $50,000, a fortune at the time, if he succeeded. Tesla worked 18-hour days for months, completely redesigning Edison's plant. When Tesla asked for his pay, Edison reportedly laughed and said, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." Tesla quit on the spot. For the next year, the genius who had mapped out the future of human energy was forced to dig ditches in the streets of New York for $2 a day to keep from starving. Tesla's humiliation didn't last. In 1887, word reached George Westinghouse, a wealthy Pittsburgh industrialist who realized Tesla's AC system was the true future of power. Westinghouse bought Tesla's patents for $60,000 cash, stock, and a promised royalty of $2.50 per horsepower of electricity produced. This triggered the bitterest corporate battle in American history, the War of the Currents. Desperate to protect his DC monopoly, Edison launched a ruthless propaganda campaign. He publicly electrocuted stray animals with AC power to prove it was dangerous, and even secretly funded the creation of the world's first electric chair, using Tesla's AC current to brand it as the death current. But physics doesn't care about PR. The ultimate test came in 1893 at the Chicago World's Fair. Westinghouse and Tesla won the contract to light the fair, underbidding Edison by half. On the night of May 1, 1893, President Grover Cleveland pressed a button, and over 100,000 fluorescent bulbs illuminated the fairgrounds in a dazzling display never before seen in human history. The world stood in awe. 3 years later, Tesla achieved his childhood dream. He harnessed the roaring waters of Niagara Falls, building the world's first major hydroelectric AC plant. On November 16, 1896, power generated at Niagara surged 26 miles away into the homes and factories of Buffalo, New York. Tesla had won the War of the Currents. The modern world was now powered by his frequency. Having chained electricity to copper wires across the continent, Tesla realized the wire itself was an unnecessary cage. If power was a wave, why couldn't it travel through the air? By the late 1890s, Tesla was the undisputed rock star of world science. He dined with Mark Twain, rubbed shoulders with high society at the Waldorf Astoria, and stunned audiences in his Manhattan laboratory by passing hundreds of thousands of volts through his own body to light glass tubes in his hands. It was during this period that he developed the Tesla coil, a transformer capable of producing ultra-high voltages and high frequencies. In 1898, at Madison Square Garden, Tesla unveiled an invention so far ahead of its time that people accused him of practicing black magic. A 4-foot radio-controlled steel boat. Using a small handheld box with switches, Tesla steered the boat, turned its lights on and off, and started its motor remotely. He hadn't just invented radio control. He had birthed the foundational concepts of robotics, automation, and wireless communication in a single afternoon. In May 1899, Tesla moved his operations to Colorado Springs. He believed the Earth itself was a giant electrical conductor that could resonate at specific frequencies. Here, in the shadow of Pikes Peak, Tesla created artificial lightning bolts up to 135 feet long, thunderclaps that could be heard 15 miles away in the town of Cripple Creek. He successfully lit 200 light bulbs wirelessly directly out of the dirt at a distance of 25 miles. It was also here that his instruments picked up rhythmic electrical signals. Tesla publicly declared he had received signals from another planet, likely Mars or Venus. Though ridiculed at the time, modern scientists believe he may have intercepted the natural electromagnetic pulses of Jupiter's moon Io passing through its magnetic field, or early cosmic radio waves. Returning to New York, Tesla convinced Wall Street tycoon J.P. Morgan to invest $150,000 into an ambitious new project on Long Island, Wardenclyffe Tower. Tesla told Morgan the tower was for wireless telegraphy to compete with Guglielmo Marconi. But Tesla's secret, grander vision was far beyond messages. He intended to transmit free power and information wirelessly across the entire globe. In December 1901, Marconi successfully transmitted the letter S across the Atlantic Ocean using a simple, cheap setup, ironically utilizing 17 of Tesla's own patents. J.P. Morgan quickly realized Tesla's true goal wasn't just sending messages, but giving away unlimited energy for free. Morgan pulled his funding, reportedly asking, "If anyone can draw on the power, where do we put the meter?" Without capital, Tesla suffered another severe mental breakdown. The Wardenclyffe project stalled. In 1917, as World War I raged, the magnificent tower was dynamited and sold for scrap to pay off Tesla's hotel debts. As the world raced into the 20th century, powered by his inventions, Tesla was left behind. He grew increasingly eccentric and reclusive. He developed severe obsessive-compulsive disorder. He was obsessed with the number 3, insisted on using 18 napkins at every meal, and had a deep phobia of round objects and pearls. On January 7, 1943, at the age of 86, Nikola Tesla died alone in his hotel room from a heart blood clot. Within hours of his death, agents from the U.S. government's Office of Alien Property entered his room and confiscated all of his trunks, laboratory notebooks, and papers, fearful that his rumored Teleforce death ray might fall into enemy hands during World War II. History is often written by accountants, corporations, and conquerors. For decades, school books gave sole credit for the electric light to Edison and for the radio to Marconi. It wasn't until 1943, months after Tesla's death, that the United States Supreme Court officially upheld Tesla's original patents, recognizing him as the true inventor of the radio. Today, we don't just live in Tesla's world, we live in his future. Every radar system, radio signal, remote control, neon sign, electric motor, and wireless charging pad bears his invisible fingerprint. He saw a future of clean, interconnected energy a century before the world was ready for it. Nikola Tesla was never truly a man of his own time. He was a visitor from tomorrow who stayed long enough to give us the spark and left us to catch up with his light.